The movie kicks off with a group of workers and animals laboring to construct a road, stretching from the castle. There, exhaustion overwhelms one of the animals, causing it to collapse under the strain. A nearby soldier, impatient with the delay, demands that the creature continue pulling the heavy machinery. In an instant, a mysterious figure swoops in, catching the soldier off guard, and swiftly releases the animals from their bindings. It is Elphaba, who confronts the guards with decisive force, taking them down one by one. Noticing reinforcements approaching, she mounts her magical broom and disappears into the sky. News of her bold action spreads quickly, stirring fear among the citizens who brace themselves for her next move. Elphaba lives in seclusion, hoping to show her true character and disprove the false claims spread by the Wizard of Oz. As she gazes at the sky, her thoughts drift to Glinda, who has become adored throughout Oz and is beloved by Prince Fiero. Meanwhile, Madame Morrible meets with Glinda, warning her the unrest caused by Elphaba and insisting that only Glinda can restore peace. She presents Glinda with a new mode of transport, a floating bubble. Glinda, delighted, presses its controls repeatedly, frustrating Morrible, who explains that the bubble's mechanical power will improve her airborne abilities and instructs her to let people believe the magic comes from her. Morrible also hands her a wand and reminds her of their meeting at the opening ceremony. The wand sparks memories of Glinda's childhood, when she received a wand for her birthday and attempted magic. Though a rainbow appeared and fooled the children, she knew it wasn't her magic and felt disheartened. Her mother reassured her that she was loved, and that was all that truly mattered. Recalling this, Glinda travels to the ceremony in her bubble. The citizens admire her more than ever, and she announces the official opening of the Yellow Brick Road. The people of Oz celebrate, believing they are finally free from the wizard's control, singing alongside Glinda. Morrible announces that Fiero has been appointed captain of the Gale Force, tasked with capturing the Wicked Witch. Fiero is surprised to learn he is now engaged to Glinda. Rumors circulate that the Wicked Witch possesses an extra eye and a tainted soul that can only be destroyed by holy water. Angered, Fiero expresses his desire to leave, but Glinda reminds him that all eyes are on them. He remarks that she secretly enjoys the admiration, insisting he must find Elphaba first. Glinda pleads with him to stay, and Fiero decides to remain, kissing her before leaving the ceremony. Feeling melancholy, Glinda sings about how people's happiness depends on their dreams coming true. As she greets the crowd, the wizard arrives, denouncing the lies told to the people, while Morrible claims Elphaba intends to harm Glinda. The Gale Force, aided by a winged monkey, pursues Elphaba through the forest. However, she cleverly tricks the monkey and hides in the dense woods. The captain orders a retreat, believing Elphaba is gone. Elphaba watches from the trees, reflecting on her past with Glinda and Fiero. Elsewhere, Nessarose is appointed as the new governor. She enacts an animal mobility law, which Munchkinland has yet to approve. Other governors wait for ratification, while Bach urges her not to enforce it, but Nessarose refuses to listen. She acknowledges Bach's past support yet demands he leave immediately. As Bach prepares to board the train, guards stop him due to the new law requiring a permit, removing others as well. Elphaba wanders the forest, hearing chaos as animals flee Oz, terrified of the winged monkeys. She tries to convince them to stay and join her cause. During this, she reunites with Gooseberry, who explains that they had no choice but to leave. Elphaba insists that outside Oz lies only emptiness, but Gooseberry declares that no one will find happiness until she dies. Elphaba expresses her deep connection to Oz, her promise to protect it, and urges the animals to fight alongside her. Suddenly, a lion reveals that she was responsible for giving the monkeys wings. Elphaba admits the truth but says she was deceived and would never have done it knowingly. Feeling betrayed, the animals depart through a tunnel, watched by the winged monkeys. Meanwhile, Bach is furious with Nessarose for keeping him, noticing a notice of Glinda's engagement, and departs. Elphaba visits Nessarose, asking for her assistance, but Nessarose is upset over Elphaba's absence after their father's death. Elphaba explains that their father despised her and asks Nessarose to help as the new governor. Nessarose also seeks help to relive school memories. As the pages of a spellbook turn, Elphaba casts a spell, causing Nessarose to float joyfully. Bach arrives, shocked to see Elphaba, declaring he must tell Glinda his feelings before it's too late. Nessarose becomes angry. Obsessed with Bach, she misreads spells, causing his heart to shrink, and he collapses. Elphaba instructs Nessarose to leave while she searches for a reversal spell. Later, she confirms Bach is safe but no longer needs a heart and departs to find the wizard. Bach later appears in a metallic body, enraged at Nessarose, who blames Elphaba. Elphaba goes to Glinda, who is preparing for her wedding as the city readies itself. A crack in the glass draws Glinda's attention, revealing Elphaba outside. Glinda brings her in, and Elphaba insists on seeing the wizard. Glinda offers to mediate, but Elphaba vanishes. Elphaba confronts the wizard with Glinda trailing behind her. She demands that he admit to everyone that he possesses no true power and cannot read the Grimiri. She confesses that she once admired him as a remarkable Wizard of Oz, but now there's no turning back. The wizard argues that people would not believe her and would continue following him, admitting that being praised and adored felt intoxicating. He invites her to join him. Glinda adds that if Elphaba sided with them, no battle would be unwinnable. Elphaba responds that she would only agree if they first prove themselves by ceasing to blame animals, returning them to Oz, and freeing the monkeys. The wizard consents. He hands Elphaba a key, and she unlocks the gate confining the monkeys. When Chistery descends, Elphaba apologizes and assures them they are free. After the wizard departs, Chistery reveals a secret door filled with thousands more monkeys. Meanwhile, Glinda proceeds toward her wedding. Elphaba enters a chamber teeming with caged animals. The wizard approaches, warning that some creatures cannot be trusted. Fiyero senses something amiss as he recites his vows. Enraged, Elphaba releases all the animals. The wizard flees as the creatures charge into the wedding hall, creating chaos. When he attempts to escape, Elphaba blocks him with her broom. Fiyero arrives, initially aiming a gun at her, but then hands her broom back and redirects the weapon at the wizard, locking him in a cage. Glinda witnesses Fiyero confronting the wizard and is shocked when he announces he is leaving with Elphaba. Misunderstanding, she assumes a romantic affair and tells them to go. Morrible arrives amid the mayhem, and Glinda suggests using Nessa Rose to lure Elphaba into a trap. Meanwhile, Fiyero and Elphaba reach her home. Elphaba can hardly believe she is finally sharing the moment she has dreamed of with him. Fiyero declares his love and how long he has waited for this moment. They ascend into the air and share a kiss. Morrible unleashes a spell, plunging the city into chaos, with thunder rumbling around the palace and a twister forming. Nessa Rose searches for Bach but is caught in a storm. Hearing her cries, Elphaba realizes she must help and departs on her broom. Fiyero encounters the monkeys along the way. The next day, Glinda visits the wreckage where a house has crushed Nessa Rose. Elphaba arrives to mourn her sister and accuses the Twister of being deliberately conjured, claiming Glinda gave Nessa Rose shoes to someone undeserving. Glinda counters that Elphaba herself took what wasn't hers. Elphaba asserts that Fiyero never loved Glinda and now belongs to her. Glinda slaps her, and Elphaba retaliates. A fight breaks out, only to be interrupted by arriving soldiers, revealing Glinda's trap. As the soldiers seize her, Fiyero appears with the monkeys, threatening them to release Elphaba or he will harm Glinda. They comply, and Fiyero tells her to leave alone. She departs, followed by the monkeys, while Fiyero eventually surrenders and is captured. Elphaba and the monkeys head to the palace, where she attempts a spell to rescue Fiyero but struggles to read it. As she sings, visions of young Nessa Rose, Dr. Dillamond, and Fiyero tied to a pole appear before her. Consumed by rage, she summons an army of monkeys and swears off doing good deeds. Infuriated by Fiero's fate, Morrible suggests using the visiting girl, the lion, and Bach, while the wizard orders them to capture the witch alive or dead. They rally the townspeople against Elphaba, claiming she turned a man into tin and tamed a lion. Glinda witnesses this and confronts Morrible, demanding she stop and questioning the Twister. Morrible admits her role. Glinda relinquishes the crown, changes attire, and leaves on horseback as the city rallies against Elphaba. Elphaba commands the monkeys to find Dorothy and retrieve her sister's shoes, resulting in Dorothy's kidnapping. Glinda warns Elphaba of the approaching townspeople. Elphaba explains that Fiyero is gone and she intends to surrender, asking Glinda to leave. She promises not to clear her own name, reasoning that the people need someone to label wicked. She entrusts Glinda with a spellbook, urging her to learn and enact change, affirming that Glinda was her only true friend. Glinda acknowledges that knowing Elphaba shaped her for the better. Elphaba seeks forgiveness, and the two embrace tightly. Glinda hides as Elphaba shares a final moment with her before parting. Glinda observes Dorothy arriving and dousing Elphaba with water, melting her away. Only Elphaba's hat remains. Chistery gives Glinda a bottle that once belonged to Elphaba, which she delivers to the wizard, revealing it was her mother's. Recognizing it, he realizes Elphaba was his daughter. Glinda instructs him to leave, then tells Morrible the wizard is departing for good. The monkeys carry Morrible away. Later, Glinda burns the witch's statue before the people. When a girl asks if Glinda was Elphaba's friend, she affirms it, announcing that all creatures of Oz are friends and pledging change if allowed. Animals are welcomed back, and the city thrives anew. Fiyero visits the site of Elphaba's supposed death, only to find her alive. She notes the changes in him but expresses happiness that he survived. The two depart together into the desert while Glinda watches from a rooftop with the spellbook. Both women reflect on how they have changed for good as the book opens magically, while Elphaba and Fiyero move forward. The story concludes with Glinda's final farewell to Elphaba. The movie then came to an end. Kindly subscribe for more movie recap like this. Thanks for watching and goodbye.